All right, everyone, back at the lake. I'm continuing the strategy that everyone's really loved so far with the limping and short buying. First hand, I looked down at about 45 minutes into the session. Ace, ace, 8-7, single suited on the button in a straddled pot. There's one limp to me. I limp, small blind calls. Big blind makes it 50. One call over to me. I make it 250. Small blind pushes. Big blind does the same. Straddler has everyone covered and he makes the call. So we're going 4 ways to a run out. Flop comes ace, king, queen, rainbow. Turn brings an 8 of spades. River brings a 6 of spades. Small blind turns over king, queen, queen, 10. And the straddler turns over 10, 9, 8, 6. So he rivered the backdoor flush. Big blind mucked his hand, but he actually said he flopped a set as well with pocket king. So pretty crazy that everyone flopped a set and the worst hand on the flop takes it down. Early into the rebuy, I looked down at ace, ace, king, 6, single suited in the big blind. There are a couple limpers over to the button who makes it 25. Small blind calls, I call, and the 2 limpers call. So we're going 5 ways to a flop. Flop comes jack 5-2 with 2 diamonds. Checks to me, I check, looking to go for the check raise, but unfortunately everyone checks back. So still going 5 ways to a turn. The turn brings a 6, checks to me, I bet 60, and there are 2 callers. So we're going 3 ways to a river. River brings in the front door flush with a king of diamonds. I push, and unfortunately both my opponents fold, so we take it down. Here I look down at ace, jack, 8-2, single suited in middle position. I limp. Late position player makes it 25, 3 callers to me, and I call. So we're going 5 ways to a flop. Flop comes king 8-8 with 2 spades. Checks to me, I check over to the original raiser who bets 100. Folds to me, I make it 400, and he folds, so we take it down. Here look down at ace, ace, 6-4, single suited in middle position in a straddled pot. There was 1 limp to me, I limped, both the blinds completed, and the straddler checked. So we're going 5 ways to a flop. Flop comes jack 6-4 rainbow. Checks to me, I bet 30, and there are 2 callers. So we're going 3 ways to a turn. Turn brings another jack. Checks to me, I check, and action checks through. So still going 3 ways to a river. River brings in the backdoor flush with a 7 of diamonds. Checks to me, I bet 50, and both my opponents fold. So we take it down. Here look down at jack 9-7-3, double suited in middle position. There's an early position raise of 15. 1 caller to me, I call, and 4 callers behind. So we're going 7 ways to a flop. Flop comes jack 9-2 with 2 diamonds. Checks to me, I bet 50, and there are 3 callers. So we're going 4 ways to a turn. Turn brings a 9, checks to me, I bet 175, and everyone folds. So we take it down. Here look down at king 10 9-7 single suited in the small blind in a straddled pot. There are a couple limpers. I limp, big blind completes, and the straddler checks. We're going 5 ways to a flop. Flop comes king 9-8 with 2 hearts. I bet 25 and there are 3 callers, so we're going 4 ways to a turn. Turn brings another king. I bet 80 and only the big blind makes the call, so we're going heads up to a river. River brings another 8. I bet 185 and my opponent thinks a bit and makes the call. I turn over my hand and he mucks king 10 8-3, so looks like we got him on the cooler here. Here I look down at king 10-10-4, double suited in the cutoff in a straddled pot. Early position player makes it 35. Hijack calls, I call, and the button calls. So we're going 4 ways to a flop. Flop comes 9-9-3 rainbow. Checks to me, I check over to the button who bets 25. 1 caller to me and I also call. So 3 ways to a turn. Turn brings a 10. Checks to me, I check over to the button who bets 100. Folds to me, I make it 305. He only has about 350 total. He puts it all in the middle pretty quickly, and of course I make the call. So we're going heads up to a river. River brings an ace. I turn over my hand, and my opponent turns over queen jack 9-5. So he flop trips, and we're going to take it down here against the same opponent that we coolered a couple hands ago. Here look down at queen 10-3, double suited in middle position. There's 1 limp to me, I limp, late position limps. Over to the small blind who makes it 30 total. 1 caller to me, I call, and late position calls. So we're going 4 ways to a flop. Flop comes king, queen, 4 rainbow. Checks to me, I check, and the late position player checks back. So still going 4 ways to a turn. Turn brings a 6 of hearts. Checks over to the big blind who bets 100. I call, late position fold, small blind makes the call. So we're going 3 ways to a river. River brings a 3. Checks over to me. I don't think my opponents are very strong here, so don't really want to bet too much. I'm kind of targeting maybe a king, maybe a 1 pair holding. So I bet 150. The original raiser thinks a bit and makes the call, and the big blind folds. I turn over my hand and we're good. Here look down at king jack 5-3, single suited in the small blind in a straddled pot. There are a couple late position limpers. I limp, big blind calls, and the straddler checks. So we're going 5 ways to a flop. Flop comes king jack 7 rainbow. I check over to one of the late position players who bets 40. Folds to me, I call, and everyone else folds. So we're going heads up to a turn. Turn brings a king, I check, and my opponent checks back. So still going heads up to a river. River brings a 2. I check, my opponent bets 80. I make it 205 and he quickly folds, so we take it down. I went card dead for the last hour and a half, played for a little bit over 7 hours total, and racked up. What's up, guys? Wayne back here with you. So today I was in for 600, out for 2105, so profit of 1505. If you haven't seen the previous episode, I'll link it up here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.